Good morning, YouTube, and welcome back to the channel. This is IMAX Sports with another football video, and today I'm going over my NFL power rankings for Week 7. I do this video every single week on Monday. Today I'm doing Monday at midnight because the earlier the better. I already know how the Sunday night game ended, so I figured I'd get it to you as early as possible because some people are looking for power rankings videos at midnight. So, I am in a different scenery because I don't want to wake up anyone else in my house. So you'll see some posters on the wall from newspaper cutouts that we've gotten from Patriots seasons because this is the basement. But yeah, other than that, it's a pretty normal video. I do my power rankings in tiers. I go over what number each team is, but I do them in tiers because I think that tiers are more comprehensive because there are certain teams that, like if a team is 15 or 16, there's not really always a whole big difference there because they're both very strong teams or they're both very mediocre teams, and sometimes a tier is just better because it encompasses how well the teams are doing better than just a list with no identifiable like boundaries between where some tiers start and where some tiers end. So I hope you guys enjoy the system. This is how I've been doing it, and let's get right into the video. So we start off this week's power rankings with the New York Jets at 32. They've been at 32 the whole season. They're officially the first team with 0 wins. The Washington football team is at 31 after losing to the Giants, who were the previous 31. 30 is the Jaguars, coming off of yet another loss. 29 is the Giants, who were previously 31, but just beat the Washington football team and claimed the spot of 29. The Bengals coming off of a close game against the Colts, and the Eagles coming off of a close game against the Ravens. The Bengals actually almost won their game against the Colts, but say la vie, they did not win. Same with the Eagles. It was a close game. They were coming up in a comeback, and they couldn't close it out. The Vikings rounding off the dumpster fire and position number 26 in the power rankings. None of these teams have shown any remarkable talent at all. The Vikings are the only team that have shown anything, and they beat the Texans, who also only have 1 win. Next, we have 25 through 18. The Falcons showed some spirit today, gaining their first win of the season. The Texans are coming off of, ever since Romeo Crennel took over as head coach, they got a win against the Jaguars, and then this past week they had a very close game against the Titans. They lost by 1 touchdown against one of the better teams in the league. At number 23, we have the Chargers, who have played some very tough games. They only have 1 win, but they have been playing tough. They have a strong offense, and I think that they do have some sort of future in the NFL. The Lions are in the same situation as the Chargers, where they only have 1 win, but they've played the Saints, they've played the Packers, and they played the Bears. Those are some 3 really tough games. And to come out with a win against, I think it was the Cardinals, it was a pretty solid win. So they might have some potential. The Broncos, right above the Lions, just beat the Patriots in a surprising victory. But the Patriots have not practiced in the past 2 weeks. We've only had 1 game of practice in the past 2 weeks. So it was a surprising victory from the Broncos, but I don't think that it's too demeaning to the Patriots and it's too remarkable for the Broncos. I'll need to see more from the Broncos to believe that they are anything special. The Panthers are 3-3 now after losing this week, and so they dropped a little bit, but not a whole lot. The Panthers have shown some spunk. They've shown a solid offense, and at 3-3, they have the second highest record in the 25 through 18 category, but they haven't beaten any remarkable teams yet. The Dolphins are coming in at number 19 after coming off 2 wins in a row. They're 0-3. Then they beat the 49ers 43-17, but Jimmy Garoppolo was coming off of an injury. And then this week they beat the Jets. Beating the Jets has become a novelty in the league, and the novelty is worn off. Everyone's just going to beat the Jets. The Jets are not going to win a game this season. So this week they didn't really gain a whole lot of ground, but they still beat the 49ers, so 19. 18 is the Cardinals. They are 3-2. I am putting them here expecting them to lose tomorrow night to the Cowboys. I think that the Cardinals have had a pretty solid season so far, but I think that the Cowboys have a better team than the Cardinals. Borderline playoff teams, we start off with the Cowboys. I put the Cowboys and Cardinals right next to each other because I didn't really want to put either one of them very far away from the other because I think they're both very strong teams, and one of them is going to come out on top. I think the Cowboys are going to come out on top. Andy Dalton has done very well for himself in his career in seasons where he has had wide receivers. Besides his 2-11 career last year, he's 68-50. And with the weapons that he has and Mike McCarthy as head coach, I think that he can do very well with the Cowboys. Right above the Cowboys at number 16 is the 49ers after coming off a very strong win against the Rams, who are a very strong team going into this game. The Patriots are number 15. They've been very solid. Well, they've been a little inconsistent, though, because we've had coronavirus injuries and other different things that have set us back. So I think that right now 15 is a very solid position. We have one of the strongest defenses in the league. We've been forcing a lot of turnovers, and I think that next week against the 49ers will be a very telling game of where the Patriots season is going to go. Continuing with the borderline playoff teams, we have the Browns at number 14. The Browns have played very well in a few of their games, and they've played absolutely horrendously in the other two. They're 4-2 right now after playing 4 very strong games and having 2 games with only 7 points scored. I would put them above the Colts because they beat the Colts in a head-to-head matchup, but then again, the Colts haven't been held to 1 score in any of their games, and the Browns have officially been held to 1 score by both the Ravens and the Steelers. So, although they're 4-2, they're not a very strong 4-2 team. Number 13, we have the Colts, who are also 4-2, who lost to the Browns. They've played very well. Their defense has played strong, but they haven't played any better than any of the other teams above them. Above them, we have the Saints, who are 3-2. They've had a strong start to the season. They beat the Buccaneers. They've had some pretty solid games. Drew Brees has not been the best quarterback in the league, but he hasn't been terrible. And they're still starting to figure things out. And without Michael Thomas, and eventually Michael Thomas will be back, hopefully next week. And once Michael Thomas is back, the Saints will start meshed together a little bit better. I almost put them above the Rams after the Rams had the loss to the 49ers, but the 49ers are the reigning Super Bowl appearance champions from the NFC. So there's a trade-off there. I think that the Rams, they did drop a couple spots. They dropped from, I think, 7 to 11, so I wasn't going to put them below the Saints. The Rams belong at number 11, and I think that they've had a very strong start to the season, and I'm excited to see where their season goes. Wildcard Weekend is what this category is called, and we have the Buccaneers riding off the top 10. They just had a massive win against the Packers. It was a very strong win. The Buccaneers are now 4-2. The Packers are 5-1. I don't have the Buccaneers above the Packers because the Packers were just the number 1 spot in the league. They haven't had any impressive wins. They haven't really played any really tough teams, but Aaron Rodgers has shown until this game that he has had amazing statistics, and their defense has been fairly strong. Above the 49ers, we have the Bears, who have been, I'll say it, they've been going up every week. They started off, I think, in one of the lower tiers. Every single week, they go up and up and up and up and up. They could potentially be a top 5 team next week if they continue this on this trend. I don't know where they're going, but if they continue this trend, they're currently leading the NFC North. So, they're tied with the Packers. Right above them is the Raiders, who beat Kansas City a couple weeks ago. They had a bye week this week, so they stayed static at number 8. The Buffalo Bills stayed static at number 7 because they have not played their game yet. They're playing the Kansas City Chiefs tomorrow at 5, so make sure to watch that game. I think that Kansas City is going to win, and I made this assuming Kansas City won because Buffalo did beat the Raiders earlier in the season, so head-to-head matchups, Buffalo is better than the Raiders. Buffalo has a strong team, but they have lost to some good teams. So it'll be interesting to see how their season progresses. Well, they lost to the Titans, so I guess not some. If they lose to the Chiefs, then they will have lost it too. But next is the Steelers at number 6. The Steelers are currently 5-0, just like the Tennessee Titans, and they've had a solid season. They haven't had very many very aggressive opponents, but they have done well and they're undefeated, so they earn the 6th seed. And the 5th seed goes to the Packers. They just dropped from number 1 to number 5 after losing to the Buccaneers, a very strong team. So you can't drop them too bad, but they got dropped out of the NFL's elite. The top 4 is what I call the NFL's elite. This week's victor is the Seattle Seahawks, who are currently in the number 1 spot, even though they're on a bye week, because they're the undefeated team from the NFC after the Packers lost, and they have the best offense in the league. Russell Wilson's on track to get over 50 touchdowns, and the Seahawks are on fire. The Chiefs are number 2, the Ravens are number 3, the Titans are number 4. So I hope you guys enjoyed my power rankings. Yeah, there's not really a whole lot I have to say about these 4 teams. The Kansas City Chiefs lost to the Raiders. They've had a very strong season. They're the defending Super Bowl champions, so you can't really fault them too much for losing to a very strong team. So they're number 2. The Ravens are number 3. They've only lost to the Chiefs, and they've played phenomenally against a couple of other teams. And the Titans round up the top 4 at number 4 after beating the Bills last week and getting a win against the Texans in a close game this week. So thank you guys all for watching the video. I really do appreciate all the support. These videos have been doing very well, and I hope that they continue to do well because I really enjoy making them. I make a new Power Rankings video every Monday. I do account for the Monday games because the Monday games will affect the Power Rankings for the next week. So for my Week 7 Power Rankings, I did try to take those games into account. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know in the comments below what positions you think I got wrong for some teams, which teams should be higher, which teams should be lower. I try to make these as accurate and unbiased as possible, so hope you guys did enjoy. Please like and subscribe if you enjoy my content. We're trying to get to 100 subscribers. We are currently 28 away. We got 22 subscribers last week, which is insane. We got half of our subscribers in 1 week, so thank you guys so much for all of the support. It would be really great if we could reach 100 this week. I don't know if that's realistic, but it would be amazing. So if you guys could tell your friends, subscribe if you enjoy my content, that would be amazing. Thank you guys all for all the support. I've been doing this for a few months, and it's really great to see a whole bunch of people who care about football, talking about football in the chat, and all these different things. It's a lot of fun. I enjoy responding to my community members, and it's a lot of fun. So thank you guys so much for all the support, and I will see you guys all in the next video, probably on Tuesday. Peace out.